Some harsh words from a local Democratic lawmaker on how the North Korean crisis is being handled.
And then the president comes out with his bombastic, foolish, harmful statement.
That's Congressman Garamendi, who is clearly not mincing words tonight as he describes what needs to be done to solve the North Korea crisis.
New tonight, CBS 13's Tony Lopez sat down with the member of the House Armed Services Committee today, who recently traveled, by the way, to South Korea.
We were in a good position just 5 days ago.
But President Trump's strong words promising fire and fury for North Korea's ongoing threats were both reckless and troubling, says Garamendi. In fact, the veteran Democratic congressman used some strong words of his own when we sat down with him to get his reaction and his overall take on the North Korean crisis.
He ramped this thing up to a red siren. Not good. Tamp it down. Mr. President, go play golf. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your fingers off the Twitter account.
A member of the House Armed Services Committee, the local congressman is fresh off a visit to U.S. military members and their families in Seoul, South Korea. He says they've lived through threats from Kim Jong-un before, but this brush with bravado feels different.
I think it does. I think it does for several reasons, but we met with families who are in harm's way.
Garamendi says those U.S. families are immediately given what's called ready bags.
You got to be ready to go to your shelter. You got to be ready to evacuate.
Despite the fear, Garamendi says he thinks the crisis could end peacefully, and there are steps the U.S. can take, he believes, to deal with the North Korean leader.
What does the Kim family, what does Kim Jong-un want? He wants to stay in power. Why does he have his nuclear weapons? To assure that he will not be taken out of power by a conventional military operation. So, is there a way of assuring and meeting his principal desire, that is to stay in power? The answer is yes.
The congressman believes that answer lies with the recognition that there are two Koreas. He says that could eventually lead to a peace treaty and eventually the drawing down of military might. For many, that idea seems like a world away.
And we also reached out to several local Republican lawmakers to get their reaction to this ongoing crisis.
And we did receive a statement from Congressman Tom McClintock's office saying, quote, "I believe the president is correct to engage China and the United Nations to apply stronger economic sanctions, to augment our own missile defense, to surround the dictatorship with overwhelming force, and to demonstrate a willingness to use that force in response to an attack."